Okay, we're going to continue now, starting off with the draw brush. And I'll go to the E panel and select a more pointed draw mode. I'm going to hold the control key. I'm going to create an indented stroke here. And I'm going to go ahead and check invert tool action and also steady stroke. The larger the stroke, or the longer the stroke I'm going to make, the larger the number I'll need. If you're making very short, brief strokes, you may not really want to use this. And also, once you're done using this, you want to make sure that you uncheck it, because with some of the other brushes, some of the other tools, it can cause issues if you don't turn it off when you don't need it. Okay, so let's go ahead with that turned on. And with this particular brush draw mode, the more you increase the brush pressure, the more it increases the radius and the depth. So I probably need to press hard and lighter. Then I can use a pinch brush, and here I can edit the pinch flow. Again, default it will be rather pronounced. I can change that. And I want to point out that if you're working on an indented portion rather than pinching something that's extruding or protruding, you want to hold the control key to get a more pronounced effect. If I try to use pinch without holding the control key on an indented portion, it might come out something like that. So hold the control key, and it comes out really nice. So this is really good for working around the lips, wrinkles around the eyes, and so on. Okay. Okay, switch to build up. A little bit strong there. I'm going to use a softer draw mode and a soft brush alpha. Probably turn steady stroke off. Don't need it. Just want to build this area out a little bit. And so build-up would be like using the build brush in voxel mode. And as the name implies, it gives you a nice, soft, gradual build-up onto your brush. It's neither harsh around the edges, nor is it flat like some of the other brushes. Okay, now let's go to our Shift Action menu here. I'm going to use Powerful Smoothing. Just brush along here. Let's try the smooth brush. Crank it up. And that's much stronger. So undo that. Bring it down. Okay, and if I want to polish a little bit, I can actually use this sharp brush alpha, and it acts as something of a polishing tool. It's not very harsh, and it's really good to smooth mostly the surface and not so much the shape. Okay. So if you wanted, you could actually save this as a preset as well. Smooth, and I can go to the little drop list here, choose add preset. It's going to place it at the top, so what I'm going to do is double click. I'm going to leave the name of the tool, and I can name it polish, and I can place it somewhere else, but for the time being I'm just going to leave it at the top here. Let's go back to clay and or rapid, and I want to show just in general the behavior of some of these brushes. Now rapid is, as the name implies, it's if you're really trying to block out certain areas and you like working kind of in a rough manner like you perhaps might with a physical sculpting model. You might prefer these type of brushes. Rapid 2 will actually be a bit smoother, so you might like this a bit more. And speaking as objectively as I can, I do believe you'll find these new refinements and brush behaviors to be simply outstanding. I think Andrew really nailed it on the head this time around. Can choose build up. You can see how that works. Mud is very similar in some regards. A bit more blocky. And again, these are the fastest performing brushes as well. So if you really want a lot of speed, these are the brushes to use. Really nice. Okay, let's bring our normal sampling up. And I also want to point out your performance will be slightly slower when you increase the normal sampling, simply because 3D Coat is having to perform more calculations. So that's why some of these brushes tend to be slightly faster or considerably faster than others, simply because they're more of a no-nonsense type of brush. Okay, and let's see, chisel. Same thing would be with plane softness. Your performance is probably going to be, if you have a high number, it's still fairly good, but you may notice a bit of a boost when you bring the normal sampling down on some of these brushes, as well as the softness. Okay, it's ridiculously fast. So just some things to keep in mind as you are sculpting and setting up your own presets. Alright, from this point forward, I'm going to just continue to do some more sculpting and sampling of these brushes, and I'm going to speed up the playback to keep this video as concise as possible. But if you want, you can continue watching or just skip to the next video where we cover retopology.